Hi, this is Lisa Free. Welcome back to my channel. I'm happy to be here and give you another message that helps all of us on our journeys as we're learning more about the law of attraction and unconditional love and tapping into our power that helps us to create our own reality. It's very exciting and fun, it's energy work, but it's definitely the real deal. The law is the law, and we're all in it one way or the other. So let's choose to be deliberate creators, and it'll be a much better ride for everyone around you, and of course you. So I find myself, going through some amazing moments where I'm in full clarity, full knowing, very high, feeling good, seeing things as they really are, reminding myself, that I am a vibrational being, like a magnet, and the law of attraction responds to that, whether it's what I don't want or what I do want. So whatever I'm focusing on or giving airtime to is what will be coming to me in many different forms. So that's really what you have to pay attention to, is what am I focusing on and what influence am I under when I'm focusing on it. Because if you're, in a discouraged and, I don't know, not helpful depression kind of state, then you're not under the influence of something that's going to, get you to where you want to be. So in that moment, you just want to stop, go to sleep, find a way to distract yourself and wait for, a better time. Find that relief that you can find with your emotions, one step at a time, getting you back up to that feel-good place. And if you're under the influence of something, joyful, appreciating, hopeful, feeling in those higher places, then you can just drink that in and milk it and really feel it. Like I said, it's feeling the unseen, which is walking by faith and not by sight. So we all understand that concept, but when you really put it into practice, you start seeing the results of it in a very different way. Like what you see in front of you is old news. It's like rewinding a movie and replaying what you've already vibrationally put out there. So you don't want to stay focused on that. You really have to stay focused on what your new story is and what you're wanting it to be, whether it's a relationship or money or a job or your health. Whatever it is, or all of the above, you have to see yourself in that very a strong, good place, and those vibrations will take you there. So, like I say, it's backwards and different than we've ever understood, but it was really right in front of us all this time. But because we kind of conform to what everyone else is doing around us, then here we are, That's why we're in the situation we're in. It's because we've been practicing the vibration of what we don't want and getting more of it and getting more frustrated and, just staying in this cycle that isn't breaking us free to grow and expand and to become more of what we know that we are. We have so much creativity in us that is waiting to be awakened. And even though we can look at what's going on around us and see the negative side of it, like I said, it's not that way. We need to see it as a way that's awakening us and pushing us to something much bigger and better than we ever thought we could be. Or we just remain in this miserable, depressed state of mind where all of these things that we see on the news are affecting us more and more. But we need to remember that that's one little snippet of what really is going on. There's wonderful things happening and beautiful things happening. And if we focus on those things, we're going to see more of those things and experience more of those things. So like I say, I choose to see this world as a beautiful, diverse, abundant, thriving world. And it offers us great opportunity, and great adventures are waiting for us. And will be, if that's what we want in our reality, is to be abundant, to travel, to, do things that you've never done before, and experience, some things that you never thought you'd be able to. Well, you can, you can do all of those things and more. But you really have to break free from the conditioning and really observe your emotions. And that's what's going to help you, because that is your guidance system to how close you are to the spirit within you, or how far away you are, that gap in between. So those emotions are wonderful, all of them, because they help us to know if we're in alignment or not, and how to, get in alignment if we are not in alignment, through the relief of one emotion, the next one, the next one, the next one. Realizing that, our mind takes us into the worst case scenario, or the fearful places of what if, or what has been, and, all those things that really just don't matter. We have to get back to one of the videos, that I talked about was which way to the now, because that is all we have, is the now. Each moment is our life. And if we're using that moment to, be upset about what has already happened, or scared about what could happen in the future, then we're wasting that moment, and all we're going to get is the same of what we have, and it won't change. The people might change a little bit, or the circumstances, but the same, the same idea will continue to disappoint us, because we're looking outside of ourselves for something that is never going to be. So it's very exciting to know that we're in charge of our lives way more than we've ever given ourselves credit for. And many people are understanding this now. And we can be one of those people, once we remember that we are vibrational beings living in a vibrational world, with the law of attraction being our best friend if we become deliberate creators. And so I have to say, it's easy in a sense, because you start feeling good and you realize, wow, this is so much nicer than anything that I've experienced before in my life. And you want more of that. But it's that peace and that calm, that ease and that flow of your life, not trying to control other people, and, letting yourself off the hook, because you're not looking at the conditions around you to make yourself miserable or even happy, because even those happy moments are great, but if that's only because of what's happening in your life outside of you, then that's going to change momentarily, and the next thing you know, you're going to be in a different state of being. So the more you can go within, the more you can understand that you yourself have the capacity to experience joy and peace on a level that few people find, even though all of the spiritual teachings, no matter the culture, are pointing to this. Then, you're just going to be out of arm's reach until you make that decision. Because it is an energy work. It's, it's not for the faint of heart, because you're going against everything you've ever known, most of us, and it's a daily thing. I mean, it's like anything else. You're not just gonna get there and say, I'm done, and here we go. It's just not gonna happen that way. Few people at some points can get there, but even those people have to remember the law of attraction and use their vibrations to keep them in that place. So it's really our choice, and that's all there is to it. I mean, it's easier to blame other people and look at them to be the ones that are at fault or causing our issues, but it's really us. It's really us. If we take responsibility, then we really set ourselves free, and off we can go into any direction we want. And it just becomes very powerful and exciting and fun. So, as the holiday season is here and we have a lot of different energies entering into the room because of family and friends and different situations that we're going to be involved in, now is a really good time to ground yourself and anchor yourself with those higher emotions, so that when things come in and get crazy, you're going to stay steady and calm and not take it so seriously. You're just going to let it be and not take anything personal. Let people be who they are. You know who you are. And it doesn't matter what anyone or anything outside of you says or does. You stay anchored. You stay grounded. So it's a really good time for all of those things, to see kind of where you're at, and not to get discouraged, if you have some off days, because that's part of it too. Is okay, I thought maybe I had, finished up on this subject of resistance, but I guess not. And so it just gives you a little more clarity, a little more understanding. And what you have to understand is, the stronger that feeling is, the more intense it is in a negative way. You can look at it in a good way, because you can say, that's how far I've come. It becomes stronger and more intense because I've already been at that high side now, and I know and I understand how wonderful that is, and how connected I am to my spirit, and how it makes me feel. And so now that I'm feeling really, really bad over here, it's exciting in that sense, because you realize it's because I've come so far that when I, have those days, it feels so much more worse, but it's really not. It's just you are in such a better place now. So look at it that way. Don't look at it as something negative. It's just you're releasing more resistance, but you also realizing that it's because you're so much closer to where you want to be. And that's why that gap feels so much more powerful and strong and negative. But you just get yourself back out of there. And sometimes, you got to just really feel it and let it be what it's going to be, and let that energy move through you. And that release comes, that resistance goes, and you become, you just have a better high than you've ever had before. So it's kind of exciting and cool. So don't be discouraged at all on anything. All of it is good, and all of it is necessary, and all of it's taking you to the place you want to be. As long as you come back to that other place and get yourself back, high, Every moment is the now moment, and you just take it for what it is, accept it, embrace it, and make peace with it. And you will find you're having a much better time through the holidays and feeling really good, that you now can actually enjoy yourself and have fun and look forward to them instead of saying, oh no, here's the holidays, I got to deal with this, this, and this, And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm really trying to do that because everybody's fixing to be out of school, and it's going to be almost 2 weeks of, people out of school. And then here in Louisiana, it's really cold. So there's no sunshine and there's not a lot of outdoor time. So we're going to have to find other ways to, feel good and have fun and get along, and we can do it. I can do it. And remember, you can own the room with your vibration no matter what other people are feeling. You can own the room with your vibration. And people will rise to that. The best of them will come out to play. They will come out to see you because you're expecting the best from them. And so they will show the best to you because that vibration is there. And so it's really fun to kind of play around with that, sift and sort and calibrate, and then navigate your emotions and play in the clay. I love the idea of the pottery. You play in the clay. You get your hands in the clay and you mold and shape the story that you want for your life by your emotions, little by little, and it's just really exciting because it's what you're creating. It's not just what you're observing now and just you're responding to it or reacting to it. You actually are creating. So it's very exciting and interesting to think that way and to know that it is true. Like I say, you're creating anyway, but you don't want to do it by default, by always, getting what you don't want, and maybe once in a while getting what you do want and you don't know how it happened. You want to know, yeah, this is how it happens, and this is what I can do to, vibrationally make it happen. And it's just about feeling more than doing. Once you're inspired, you'll have moments where you're going to do this and that, but the feeling part is really key. That's really the power, and staying in the now. And realizing that we're all one light and one energy, and we're here just playing a part, in a movie, and we get to write the story how we want it to be, So you're the director, and the universe will bring about all the different players in your movie for you. And so it's very cool and fun to think about. So yeah, write those things down when you're in a feel-good place. If you're not, just stay really general about everything. You don't want to go against what you're feeling. If you're feeling it, go with it. But if you're not, don't. Stay really general and just say, well-being abounds and source is flowing through me and I'm figuring things out, and isn't this fun? And even though I'm not in a feel-good place, wonderful things are happening and it's all good. And I know that things are always working out for me. And I'm loved, and I'm worthy, and I'm powerful. I know about the law of attraction, and I know that I can create my own reality. And little by little, I'm doing this. I'm actually getting better and better. So you just kind of have to do some self-talk and get yourself focused in a general way about something that has no resistance to it. And that's really very important. And just trust the process. Don't try so hard to do something more. It's not about that. It's really just about you connecting to you and letting those feelings guide you to a place of knowing and of power and of inspiration, and then let the universe do its part. You don't worry about the what or the when or the where or the how. It will just flow into your experience. And I've been watching these Hallmark movies, and it's interesting because they really show you a lot about the law of attraction. And I'm learning a lot from them, and you should watch a few of them instead of these crazy violence-filled, revengeful movies, which are fine if you want to watch those, but these really have some great messages in them. So it's helping me. So I'm watching more of them and realizing that they're sending those messages, like I can break free from the old patterns, and I can do what I want to do and trust the universe and not look to one person or one thing for an answer. I have the answers from within. And when I do, other good things come to me. And that's a lot of what happens in these movies. So there's things all around that you can look at and gain encouragement from and upliftment. So just look around, open your eyes, and see some things, that are helping you all along the way to where you want to be. Look for those little instincts or impulses. Like I say, make sure you're coming from a place. What influence are you under? Because you want to come from a place of abundance and power, so that whatever action you take is going to be for your benefit. Because if you're taking action from a place of worry and discontent, anger, whatever, you're not going to, have good action. And it's just going to make it worse. So you don't want to go in that direction. So just stop. Try to smile and remember that it's not so serious. Let it be. Give yourself a break. Love yourself. Go have some chill time. Whatever it is that you need to do to reset yourself, renew yourself, refresh yourself, all of those things. And you'll feel a lot better, because I just went through a time where I just couldn't stop the negative momentum, and I realized that I just, in this moment, I was just going to have to feel it. I couldn't find that relief. So I just felt it and let it be what it was, and then I found that relief instead of finding it before. Sometimes you just have to go all the way there, feel it completely in a negative way, but realize that negative place is going to take you to a positive place. And you release all that negative energy, and the resistance goes, and you feel so much better, and you're back on track again. At that moment, I'm thinking really bad things, for my life, and back to the old ways. And so it's like dying to yourself. You just have to feel that sometimes and realize that you're being born anew. So that's the good part. And it's all good. Like I said, any of it is, it's just like a flower that dies. It lives and it shines and it has color and beauty. And then it dies and it becomes something else. But the seed has to die to become fruit, So all of these things, death is not anything, negative. It can be a beautiful thing. So rebirth yourself and let the best of you shine as the holidays come. Embrace it fully and just really see yourself in a new place that, I don't know, you never could have imagined a year or so ago. But you can now, because you understand. that you have control over your own life through your emotions. So it's really awesome. So I will let you know, because I'm going to have some experiences of my own with this holiday season. And my daughter, she's going to be graduating from college, and different things are happening and changing in good ways, but still ways that are unknown, and kind of, you have to kind of jump out there and know that it's okay, that it's all good. Everything changes, and it's taking you to some new doors that will open for you. So anyway, I'll keep you updated on that, and in the meantime, you guys have a happy Thanksgiving, and create your own sunshine on those cold, rainy days. There's benefit to it all, but it's nice to have your own warm sunshine within you, so that you shine no matter what. So anyway, enjoy, and know that I'm thinking about you guys and love you, and we'll talk again soon. Bye.